In our first story, drivers and traders who were evicted from the CMB bus terminal in the Central Business District of Accra have resumed full operations there. And this is just barely 24 hours after the whole eviction exercise. A private developer said to be the owner of the parcel of land on Tuesday threw out the traders and drivers and cordoned off the place. That cordon had since been demolished at the time Joy News visited the place on Wednesday. Well, Joseph Akable was at the market and filed this very report.
I'm at the CMB market here in Accra. You can see it's a normal day. Activities are ongoing here at the market. But just yesterday, a private individual came in and was telling the traders here as well as the drivers here at the bus terminal that he had purchased the land and he had secured order from the court ordering that they move away from this particular land. But less than 24 hours later, activities are back to normal here at the bus terminal. Now, yesterday, right at where I'm standing, there was a blockade erected here preventing the vehicles from moving inside. So yesterday, the terminal at this point in time, this particular place was empty. But this morning, you can see the blockade is nowhere to be found. It appears it has been removed and activities are back to normal and the drivers are moving in as though nothing happened here yesterday. One cannot help but wonder what exactly has changed overnight, because the blockade was put right here. We understand that the private individual has acquired the land and he wants to use his land and is asking that the drivers move away from this bus terminal. So I'll be going in to interact with some drivers to find out exactly what changed overnight and who removed that blockade and why they are back here despite the order from the court that they should move from this particular location. So we'll be moving in to find out more from the drivers. The drivers at the terminal maintain their resolve to use the terminal until government relocates them. They believe the terminal is strategically positioned to transport traders to and from the market each day. They brought wood and roofing sheets. I had to park at the other end where I operated from. They have to talk to them, so they allow us to move there if they have sold this land. The traders from Kantamanto bought cars from this terminal. This terminal is crucial.
Because station never hit it. Into all station the anya juma because
we would like to plead with government to get us a land close to the market. We can't argue with government, but only to plead. We don't even know the person who wants to evict us. We haven't been informed that someone has purchased the land. Government must get us a place. Secretary of the Asamankese Drivers Union, Joseph Akoto, believes they have a legitimate claim to the land. We all agreed that there are cars inside, so why should he block it? So I was part of those who ordered that they destroy it. We went to see our lawyer. He told us the case is in court. We only woke up to see the posters around. We came here during the reign of General Achampon. The place was a cemetery. We developed it. We just heard in 2007 that he has purchased it. I don't understand why we will be sacked from the land the Railway Authority gave us. If for nothing, we expect the Railway Authority to communicate to us.
Sasasi Yatom inti say Unipas Messedia. Now negotiations to do
For now, all is calm at the terminal as drivers and traders go about their activity. Unclear though is who the private developer is and what the land will be used for after the takeover. For Joy News, Joseph Akable.
Government is pushing through the passage of the Real Estate Authority Bill 2016. This is to regulate the sector. Water Resources, Works and Housing Minister Dr. Kweku Agyeman-Mensah is optimistic the bill, when passed, will address money laundering in the sector and also help in the sale, renting and leasing of real estate and related property fixed assets.
One phenomenon observable in the real estate business in Ghana is the inaccuracy of appropriate internal control mechanisms, policies, training and audit systems which tend to make the sector attractive to all manner of persons. It is therefore important that this country as a signatory to conventions on corruption, adheres to international standards in the prevention of money laundering. It is therefore incumbent on the Republic of Ghana to domesticate these conventions. Mr. Speaker, the purpose of the bill is to regulate real estate brokerage practice and practitioners, real estate transactions, and prevent the use of real estate transactions for the purposes of money laundering and other vices. The bill provides for the training and licensing of estate brokers and requires established brokers to provide bonds as guarantees to operators in the property market. In the country's quest to adhere to international best practices, the bill seeks to prevent the use of real estate transactions as an avenue for money laundering. The bill provides a detailed trail of record keeping that will help track the transactions and the persons involved in the transactions. The bill also prohibits cash payments for the real estate transactions. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move.
And contributors to the motion call for the speedy passage of the bill to bring sanity to the sector. Well, we have to look at other issues, and this time we'll focus on election. And the Electoral Commission has set July 19, 2016 for the Abetifi constituency by-election in the Eastern region, and this is following the death of the New Patriotic Party's Member of Parliament for the area, Peter Riafe-Pepra. The EC says the by-election is in accordance with Article 112, Clause 5 of the 1992 Constitution. A statement issued by Alhaji Amadou Sule, the Commission's Deputy Chairman in charge of operations, announced that nominations for the election would be taken on Tuesday, June 21 and June 22 at the Abetifi District Office of the Electoral Commission. The Member of Parliament for the Abetifi constituency, Riafe-Pepra, died on May 21 at the 37 Military Hospital, where he was on admission. He was a ranking member on the Trade and Industry Committee in Parliament. He joined the New Patriotic Party in 2001. Well, so we have to go to the Supreme Court, where the highest court of the land had dismissed a review motion filed by the incumbent NDC Member of Parliament for the Klote-Kole constituency, Ni Ama Ashite. Ni Ashite filed the application for judicial review on the Supreme Court's ruling stopping the hearing of its case at the High Court. The dismissal of the review request follows the withdrawal of the application by the MP's lawyer, Gary Nimako, after the Supreme Court punched holes in the suit. John News Raymond Akwa has a lot more on the story.
Legal team for Klote-Kole NP, Ni Ama Ashite, sensing a hostile environment from the Supreme Court and panel to determine whether their earlier ruling was in error, decided to withdraw the application. The application was seeking a review on last week's plenary ruling in the Zaneto Rawlings case. The panel, chaired by Justice William Atuguba, openly expressed displeasure at the application since the decision was a 4-1 majority decision quashing the High Court's ruling on the case filed by Mr. Ashite. The Supreme Court panel insisted that the review motion was needless, as the case before the court clearly presents a case for the interpretation of Article 94(1) of the 1992 Constitution. According to the panel, the earlier ruling was simply to stay proceedings at the High Court in order to interpret Article 94(1) and refer the matter back to the High Court for continuation. Lawyer for Mr. Ashite, Gary Nimako, consequently withdrew the application. He is challenging the election of Dr. Zaneto Rawlings as parliamentary candidate for the Klote-Kole constituency on the NDC's ticket.
And some supporters of the governing National Democratic Congress in Chanapaga in the Upper East region have issued an ultimatum to the National Executive Committee to organize a parliamentary primary for the constituency. The group concerned Chanapaga NDC supporters argued the delay in the primary has brought a lot of changes to the party in the constituency. At a news conference held in Kumasi, the group accused some national executives of the party of being behind scenes to impose candidates on them. Touching on some of the challenges the party was facing, spokesperson of the group, Kweku Akeche, said the situation has created an opportunity for the MPP candidate to have an unfair advantage. Delaying the primary, according to him, is thus causing division within the party. And that'll be it for the news this morning. You want to get interactive as always, please make sure that you touch base with us through our interactive platform on WhatsApp through the number 0560 800,000. But you can also be watching us as we stream live on our YouTube channel, Major Online. Well, we have a WhatsApp as well as even a Facebook page, and the page's name is Joy News on TV. Right now, we have to look at what the stories are, front back pages of the newspapers. We'll also be looking at some online portals as well, and then we'll look at what is the needful in terms of what is topical by way of news. We're taking a break. When we come back, a review of the newspapers.